Good morning, everyone. I'm sitting down because I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm not feeling well. I made my food. It is delicious. I tasted it in the pot. I did not taste it in the bowl. And when I say my stomach is upset, my stomach is upset. So I don't think I can eat it. But I would like to try. I'm sitting here in this living room without Wi-Fi, feeling a little discombobulated. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to mop. I just finished a load of laundry. I can't vacuum because I don't want to disturb my neighbors. Not to say that they sleep in the living room, but still. Anyway, there's my meat, my rice. And the tomatoes look good. Tomatoes are not good for fibromyalgia. That's why sometimes I try not to eat tomatoes, but that's not my problem. I've been drinking water. It says, ChatGPT says to flush out my system with water after I drink my tea, and I've been doing that, but uh, I'm kind of scared to eat this food. Amazing as it is, I need to eat. So I'm gonna probably leave the meat to the side and nibble on some of the rice. Mmm, mmm, ooh, mmm, mmm. Yeah, that's good. The rice is not good because rice binds you, and I'm trying to release my stomach. It's been a few days, boys and girls. Mmm, 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 mmm. Oh, I might as well try some of the meat. This is ground pork, just in case you didn't see my first video. Even though you didn't see any video, I have no Wi-Fi, so I can't upload my videos right now. Mm. Oh, I don't feel well. I think I'm gonna go back and lay down. I'm trying to get out that bed though. Mm. Trying to stay out the bed for a while. Mm. 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 This is delicious. Mm. And Lord knows I need a meal in my stomach. I have no sense of hunger. My stomach does not growl. I had gastric bypass in 1990, and when I had that, it took away all feeling of hunger. I do know I need to eat. That much is just obvious. But when I'm going hours and days without a meal, it makes me like more tired. That don't sound proper to me. Excessively tired. That doesn't sound proper to me either. Well, mm, 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 mm. Oh boy. My caseworker messaged me yesterday. They're giving out Thanksgiving dinner. Um, I think today. I turned it down. I said, I'm not. I'm not doing that. I'm not taking no dinner. They get it to somebody else. I'm not cooking no turkey. I'm just gonna make a regular meal and be grateful. I feel I could have took it like everybody else want to have a Thanksgiving dinner, but I want to be grateful for what I have, and that's it. So something like this is going to be on my stove for Thanksgiving, and I'm going to be more than grateful. In here, parlaying by myself, living my best life. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. I couldn't get my medicine because my insurance is not working right now. Although it says it's working, but that's okay. Mm. I don't know if you can hear my stomach, but I haven't heard my stomach rumble like this in so long. But I know it's just digestion. Mm. Mm. don't know how much of this I'm gonna eat. I know it's freaking good, boys and girls. Mm-hmm. Cora, this is good. Mm-hmm. Oh, sometimes it's so hard to make it through some situations, but you gotta keep on trying. Mm, 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 mm. Hot. I lived in this building over 15 years. My back bathroom is cold, as as cold as it is outside. So a few minutes ago, I went in the bathroom and I boarded up. I taped up the vent because the air is just coming in there, and the vent's so cold. The bathroom is so cold I can't even use it. But my bedroom is right there. The bathroom is right there. So there's no reason for me to have to get out of my bed, walk all the way to the front bathroom to use it. So I blocked off the vent and then I opened up the door so I could try to get some of the cold air to circulate through the house. And then that way I could possibly use that bathroom. But it's so cold in that bathroom. I can't shower. I can't do nothing in there. But hopefully I can now. Mm, mm. And believe it or not, I've never complained about that bathroom. I've never told them that that bathroom is cold. Never. Mm, I think I ate enough. Just want to get another spoonful. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, mm. That piece was right under the rice. mm. But can't eat no more. Oh, ooh, I'm thankful for this meal. Trust me when I tell you, I'm thankful for this meal. But I can't eat no more. It's my stomach is not feeling well. I don't know what a gluten sensitivity is, but it feels like death is calling you. Um, I completely forgot, and that's one of the reasons why I stopped making those pizzas. I was making completely forgot, and I bought pasta, trying to stretch my food budget, but I said, mm-mm. So I'm gonna keep the pasta sauce because I can mix the pasta sauce in like with meat like this and ground beef and stuff like that. But boys and girls, when I tell you my stomach is feeling horrible, I just don't know. And I've been drinking this tea, but I can't keep drinking this tea. I can't keep drinking this tea. I'm actually thinking of going to the emergency room. I went to the emergency room and they hospitalized me for I think 8 days because I couldn't go to the bathroom. And the day they let me loose, I was walking home and my stomach broke down right across the street and I had to go to the store. Ah! When I tell you, I would have quit my job before I would have went to that bathroom. But there's no reason for me to go to the emergency room because all they're going to do is put me in the hospital bed. And if anyone knows anything about the hospital, you know freaking well that's the one place you get in no sleep. They in your room like every 15 minutes, checking your pressure, probably giving you a little blood. No, mm-mm. So I'm just gonna sit here and I do my vibration board, which my foot is on right now. I said I'm gonna probably do it like maybe every hour to get a little bit more time on it. But that part of it that makes your skin burn, not really burn, but tingle and all that other stuff, I can't get past that. So I can't stay on it longer. And that's because of my nerve damage. It makes my nerve damage really, really bad. So I might get on it every so every couple of hours, just to amount to some time. But my stomach feels nauseous. I feel like I need to vomit, but it won't come up. It won't come up. And right now, to be that I ate my only meal for the day, for the morning, I don't want to do that anyway. Mm. But I've mastered not to do it. When I get to the point where I feel like I have to do it, I just sit on the edge of my bed or sit on the couch and I hold my head up and I just keep swallowing. And as I swallow, after a while, it goes away. But I'm going to take a little salt in the palm of my hand to put it in my mouth to get away from the nauseousness. Like I said, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. It's probably 4:15, 4:20 now. And I actually want to mop the kitchen floor and both the bathroom floors. It will give me some movement, for my body. So, especially since I'm not going outside. And I don't know, but I'm definitely not feeling well. Definitely not feeling well. And this meal that I made, I cooked it so I could have more than one meal for the day. I don't think it's gonna happen. Mm-mm. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be this meal right here, maybe some applesauce, maybe an apple. But I can't believe I was sitting down eating a bunch of crackers with cream cheese and jelly, not realizing that I'm making my stomach worse eating the crackers. And I got about 4 or 8 packs of crackers. I might as well take those crackers and put them in the hallway. Let my neighbors have them, and do away with that. So I'm not eating those crackers no more. I was crying yesterday because I just went food shopping. Just went food shopping. And what I had to absolutely part ways with was ridiculous. But I said to myself, I have got to continue to do what I have to do to help me with my health because I'm in this house by myself. And when I'm in here bad enough, sometimes I can't walk. I put the pain lotion on my feet and I get a little bit of, independence in here. But I sat down yesterday and I said to myself, I have to be proud of myself for at least making it as far as I've made it in the condition that I'm in. But sometimes the negative side tries to sneak in and take over my mind. And boys and girls, I am doing everything in my power not to let that happen. Not to let that happen. A friend of mine just came out of the mental ward yesterday, had another breakdown, and I'm doing everything in my power. And what is helping me is romance movies. Romance movies. Yesterday, I watched about 4 romance movies, and although I couldn't watch them at all, they made me feel. I was crying a lot, so I couldn't watch them. But yesterday I watched about 4 of them, and I absolutely loved them. I was able to see where some of the things were going to happen before they happened, and I'm like, oh my god! And then the guy is cute, and the girl is cute. And I'm like, oh my god! And I'm like, and I'm all into it, and it really, really helped me, really, really helped me. But I couldn't I couldn't completely go into the zone of staying into the movies because I actually wanted to get out of my bed. So I came into the living room, sat here for a little while, and tried to watch TV, but I couldn't sit up for too long. I had to go back to my bed. Like right now, you might have noticed that my chest has done shrunk down a little bit because my body needs to get back in my bed. So, and I just closed the window because it was cold in here. So I have to open the window back because I'm starting to sweat. My t-shirt that I just finished changing is getting a little bit moist, so I'm gonna have to open up the window. When I open the window, my arms get goosebumps all over it, and then I have to put on my daughter's sweater. But the sweat. But I tell you what I have noticed. When I do sweat, it makes me feel a little cooler, but it still makes me feel nasty because my skin doesn't feel fresh. This morning I have no hot water, so of course I had to use the sink and the mercy of what I was able to get. Yesterday morning there was no hot water. The water gets a little warmer in the afternoon, but like now is when I want to be able to take a shower when I'm actually up. So I think they're turning off the water meter to save money. I'm not sure, but what they need to do is turn down this damn heat. This heat is horrible. I kid you not. Anybody that can tell me I'm lying, I would really, really appreciate it because there's no way I'm lying. Anywhere you live in low income housing, you have way more heat than anyone should have. But when you know that there are people living in homes, big, beautiful houses, and they take pride in all this house and everything, and it's great. I rock for everybody having a roof. I don't care how you get your roof, as long as you have one. But to be in a house and you have everything in the world, but you don't have heat, and you have kids in the house, you have seniors in the house, I don't know how anyone could live like that. I really and truly can't. And I've literally watched YouTube videos when people they close off one room and they close off the vent and they do all of this to heat. Now, I did pay heat before, so I do know heat is expensive. But sometimes I say to myself, is it really worth having all of that if you can't heat your home? Heat is a freaking necessity. Heat is like food. So I don't know. And I understand that as well because you see this 10,000 BTU air conditioner right here? That sucker is expensive to run. But this when this one is on, it will cool this entire living room and my kitchen. But it won't cool in there and it won't cool in there. And that room is tremendously hot. So I need the air conditioner on in there. I need the air conditioner on in here. And when I'm in there, I need the air conditioner on in there. So I understand, but it costs me more in the summertime than it does in the wintertime. But I maximized my mentality and I got two of these turbo fans. So I could put this air conditioner on in the summertime, put this fan and the other fan in here at the entrance of both rooms. It won't cool the rooms, but it will bring the temperature down to where I'm perfect around in the whole. So I had to use my brain, but I don't care if I turned a millionaire tomorrow. If I can't afford to heat my house, I don't want that house. I don't, because I can't see me having walls and closets and pantries and all of that, and I can't afford to heat my home. I don't see how that's living. And I've been like reading in groups and stuff, and people, children, like grew up and were adults to say how hard it was for them growing up having to wear, layers in the house. And I see some like videos where people have a t-shirt, a sweater, and then a long shawl and all these other things. How can you be in your home and that's how you have to walk around, and then that becomes the normal. That's why I could imagine people with all this laundry they have to wash. Wow. But I kid you not, I found my daughter's sweater a couple of days ago in my car. I don't know how long it been in there because I barely get in that back trunk to pull anything out that trunk, but I was thankful to have it. And right now my hot flash is gone, so I can feel the coolness that's in here because I opened up that bathroom door. But I have zero desire to do any crafts. I'm looking at my table over there, covered with all my beads and everything for my bracelets, and I actually want to put it away. I want to put it all away, but a part of me wants to get rid of it. But I don't want to get rid of it because I never know when that feeling hits me to where I need to save myself from the dark side. And the only thing that saves me from the dark side is crafting. So, but yesterday I went on Facebook for a split minute, and a woman was so excited. She paid $200 for somebody's craft haul because they got rid of their craft haul. And one complete bin of the stamps alone on the blocks. I felt so bad that woman gave that woman $200 because crafting supplies can be very expensive if you don't know how to maximize Temu or some other sites like that. I have a complete closet full of my crafting stuff, nice, neat, tidy, everything. And the only reason why I haven't gotten rid of it is because that closet is not hindering me in any way, shape, or fashion. I could put my vacuum cleaner in there, but I don't necessarily have to. And since I don't have to open up the door, I said I'm leaving that as it is. I have my dies in there. I have my folders in there. I have paper in there. I have books of paper in there. I have regular typing paper in there. I have everything in there. And I said that closet is definitely not bothering me. I have another closet with massive amount of greeting cards, massive amount of greeting cards. And I said to myself, because of Tina, I said I'm not going to open up the closet. If I do open up the closet, I'm going to see if I have any Christmas items that I put in that closet. That is my Christmas closet, and take it out. But as far as the cards, I'm leaving them. I'm leaving them right where they are. Right here, I have this holder. Let me show you. Right here, I have this holder with all of these cards that I made, and I'm leaving them. I'm going to leave them. Uh oh. Uh oh. I got my plant right there. I'm gonna leave them right where they are. I said they're not bothering me. I'm gonna leave them right where they are. My craft room, I'm gonna go in there possibly today and try to get a little bit more downsizing in there. I do have a neighbor coming up because she says she needs to come upstairs for something. So I'm going to leave a little bit of stuff in there until she comes up and does what she has to do. But after that, I'm just going to get in there and get some more stuff out. I did make an empty space in my drawer, cleaned out a drawer, and I put a whole bunch of socks in the drawer. I absolutely love socks, and my feet hurt so bad sometimes walking. And the fuzzy socks that I have are so comfortable. Tina, did you get your box? I know Beverly got her package, and yours was priority, so yours should have been 2 days. But the socks I'm speaking of are the socks I threw into your box. So I put on those. I put some pain medicine on my feet, and I put on those fuzzy socks. They are absolutely comfortable. I love them. So, although I have an excess amount of fuzzy socks, I said I'm not going to worry about getting rid of them because I absolutely can use them. So, I have my washing machine. I can just leave them in the drawer. And although I take a sock, like I put a sock on at my feet, now I walk around the house in my socks, but when I get in my bed, I always take off my socks. And has anyone noticed my stomach feels better? Yes! Wow! My stomach feels better. Woo! I needed that meal. Yeah! I know I can't sing, but I will sing anyway. Oh, my stomach feels better. I needed to eat. Yes! Mmm. Okay, my stomach feels better. Dang, my stomach feels better. Whew, Lord have mercy. Oh, boys and girls, I have a new insurance. Even though my insurance is not on yet, I'm going straight to the dentist. Y'all already know. Y'all already know. I'm going straight to the dentist. Yes, indeed. I like taking care of myself. I just don't like to go to the dentist in the winter. And the reason why is because although it's really cold outside, I can't put on a hat right now. Not right now. It's just too. But I'm gonna have to find something for my ears because my ears get cold. So I was thinking maybe look for some ear muffs that I could put on my ears that I can keep my head out. Ooh. My stomach feels so much better. Ah. I just don't want to go to the doctor to tell the doctor this little stuff right here. I'm a person that like to try to figure things out for myself. So that's what I'm thankful that I did. Even though I surely didn't want to get up to make this meal, I had to make it because something told me I need to eat. And I think I'm going to end up eating more of this than I expected to. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. I am a fan of tomatoes, but tomatoes cause pain. Tomatoes cause pain. The reason why I'm not going to feel this, because I would have felt it from the moment I swallowed the tomatoes, is because of the black seed oil and all the other herbs that I take. I just took them this morning. I just finished a complete bottle of ashwagandha that I had. Boys and girls, let me tell you something. My herbals are expensive. That is an expense that I'm going to have, and I hope and pray that when I get into like my really old age and I really need help, I hope whoever is around me does not interfere in me getting my herbals, because that's the only thing that's helping me survive. The amount of pain that some of y'all witnessed me go through on my old channel, I'm surprised if y'all don't cry just thinking about it. When that doctor whispered in my ear, "Don't come back to this hospital because we can't do nothing for you," she said, "Go smoke you some marijuana." I was like, And that's because I was not taking Percocets and all that other stuff. I was not. My doctor told me that those pain medicines do not help with pain. It makes you think it helps you with pain. And I told a neighbor, what my doctor said. And she said, "Well, it doesn't help me with pain." She said, "I just need to take it." And she take it. And I told her, I said, "You take it because you're an addict. That's why you take it." But she used to be a crackhead. And I'm not being disrespectful because she's very clean and all that other stuff now. But I told her, I said, "You take it because you're an addict." I said, "Because those pain medicines don't actually work. They don't heal your pain." And I was at her house a couple of days ago, and she took the Percocet, but then she pulled out this blue gel-like stuff that she purchased from the Dollar Tree, and she started dipping her hand in it, and she started rubbing it on her hand and rubbing it all on her arms and her back and everything that was painful. I didn't say a word. I didn't say a word because at that moment, whether if I had said something, it would have been like I threw salt in a wound that was wide open. But that right there, because she took the Percocet, and about 20 minutes later, she took the cream, and she was in the kitchen, and she just going crazy, just putting the pain cream all over her. But I couldn't say nothing. That was my time to exit the house, because if I had stayed there, then my mouth would have flipped open, and I don't think that sometimes if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. So I let that be my exit, because she proved to herself at that moment, right in front of me, that those pills don't work. So I have a few people that take those pills, but all of them are in denial. They're all addicts. All of them are in denial. Every last one of them. And then on top of that, because I was in pain, they're going to say to me, "Why don't you get those pills? It'll help you." I was like, "No, it's not going to help me." I took one Percocet in the hospital, and that Percocet didn't do anything but make me itch, make me high, and all that other stuff. I don't want to be high like that ever. Now, if the pain gets really bad, I will smoke marijuana. If the pain is not bad, I don't want anything to do with marijuana. I don't want anything to take away from the money I need to pay my bills. Nah, sir. I'd rather me and my bill collectors have a connection, because when you have bills, you have responsibility, you have something. If you don't have bills, you absolutely have nothing. And I like what little I have in this world. What little I have. Mm-mm. Mm. 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 One of the things that I'm very grateful for is that I admire and I love the fact that I enjoy my roof. I went to lunch the other day with a friend of mine. I came right back home. We went to the drive-through. I didn't even want to go inside. We went to the drive-through. We both ate in the car. Pulled up to my house. Came right back upstairs to my house. And yesterday I was on the computer, and this woman said, what are you doing for Thanksgiving?" And this woman said, "Enjoying my mortgage." And I was so happy to read that comment, because Now everyone is different, so we have to respect the hustle and grind. People think I isolate myself, and if that's what they choose to say, I respect your hustle and grind. I don't think I isolate myself. I think I just love where I live. When I say where I live, I mean inside, because outside there is horrible. I was sitting right here yesterday when I heard the gunshot. Bam, 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 bam. I'm like, and it makes me so sad because I was laying in my bed when I heard my brother get shot outside there. And it's one of the hardest things for me to do, to walk around here knowing that people still look at me. And you can see the sadness in their eyes knowing that they know what happened to my brother out there. And yes, he passed away. But anyway, it's kind of hard, but living here. But yesterday I looked into the places where it's economical to live in the United States. And I think Wisconsin was one of them. Kentucky was another one. But I watched a video and they went through the poor part of Alabama. I can't believe I almost moved to Alabama. I cannot believe that I actually almost moved there. But my goodness, you actually need a car. I literally watched that person drive. Oh, and I didn't see one store. One store. And when you come out of this building, store, 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 restaurant, store, 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 store. It's nothing but stores. If I turn one corner, the whole block is stores. To come from the convenience of something like this to go somewhere that you absolutely need a ride. I mean, when I saw the stop sign, it was like 10 blocks down before you get to the stop sign. And I'm like, is this where? I didn't see one person walking. I didn't see one store, no pharmacy, no bread store, no Home Depot. I didn't see anything. And then you see some houses, and the man said that that neighborhood was the poorest neighborhood in Alabama. I said, nope. I would be on the first thing smoking to the shelter in another state. I couldn't live like that. Hell no. I would be on the first thing smoking and jump right in the shelter somewhere. No, I couldn't live like that. My mental health would not survive something like that. And then I saw some houses that I think it was wood. The outside, like slabs of wood that they tack up. I couldn't live in that. When you come from the concrete jungle, honey, there's a whole lot of things look real different to you. I couldn't live like that. Now, I guarantee you, there's at least one or two people that will come from there, that will come to New York and see all these tall buildings and no grass, and they be like, I couldn't live there. I do understand. I do understand. I step out of my building and I literally have to drive a ways from here before I can actually see some grass. Yep. I don't see no grass too much. Now, right in front of my mother's house, there's some grass. Now, I can't be walking around in grass and stuff like that. I've been scared of grass all my life. And y'all can laugh if y'all want to. But I normally don't tell anybody any of my phobias because people laugh. But anybody that would laugh at anyone with a phobia is a jackass. So, hi, jackass. I've been afraid of grass all my life. So, you won't see me laying on no beat. In no park on no blanket. No, you won't. But boys and girls, when I saw this house with those little slabs of wood, and I'm like, as hard as it is in here, knowing that mice get into these type of buildings with concrete, eating all the wires and everything, how hard do you think it would take for a rat to get into one of them houses? Oh my goodness! and then you got the floor. The floor is here, and the wall is up here, where you can literally see inside the crack. Oh no! You talking about sleep? Mm-mm. I can't sleep in that. Mm-mm. I would be up for days. I would be unconscious with. I would be discombobulated with lack of sleep. My head would take over. I'm talking about 50 people would be in my head. I wouldn't be able to sleep in there. Mm-mm. I saw a video and somebody was hanging up some curtains, and I'm like, and while the camera's moving around, you could see that the floor and the wall, had this much space. You don't even have to try to get a mouse through there. It will walk through. It will say, "Hello, I'm here. Where's the cake?" Aha, boys and girls. But I said today I'm gonna go in that kitchen and I'm gonna tape down my dishwasher because those mice was getting in through my damn dishwasher. But almost every day I spray peppermint outside my front door where the garbage is, and every corner in here. Almost every day I spray peppermint, and then I have this stuff. I don't know. Is it there? No. Mm-mm. I have this spray for bed bugs right there. Every few weeks, I spray all around my apartment. I have this spray that I purchased. It's called STEM, STEM, and it's at the Dollar Tree. It's at Dollar General for roaches. I spray around everything like that. It's amazing. It's amazing how people say that people don't take care of their apartment when they live in low income housing, and a lot of that is so unfair. That is so unfair because that's not absolutely true about everyone. But yesterday, what I saw on YouTube was horrible, and even for $1 to earn $1, I couldn't put that up there that I live like that. I couldn't do it. That's why I say, as God is my witness, I need money, but I don't need all money. I don't need all money because some of what I actually see that, and for me to literally be suffering with depression, and yes, I am suffering depression. That's why I cry so much, and that's why the dark side comes through. There's no way in God's creation I could live in any situation and say that and blame it on depression. I couldn't, because the hardest thing for me sometimes is to get in the shower. But what gets me in the shower is knowing that it's a gift for me to have water. Water is a blessing, so I'm gonna use that water as often as I can. And another thing that I absolutely adore is the fact that I can buy baking soda and vinegar with my EBT card. Now, you may be wondering, like, what's so good about vinegar and what's so good about baking soda? Just imagine what I can do in here, cleaning, whatever, with baking soda and vinegar, and to know that I can use my EBT card to get them. That to me is a gift. I wash my body with baking soda. I wash my clothes with baking soda. I wash my clothes with vinegar. Now, I do hear people say that it does something to the washing machine. I don't put that much vinegar in there, and with the amount of water in there, hopefully but I'm the person like this. Before I buy myself a pair of shoes, a pair of sneakers, anything of a want, you best believe I might have another wash machine in here if things get bad, because I prefer to have a wash machine than I would have a pair of sneakers. And to be honest, I don't know the last time I bought a pair of sneakers, and when I did buy them, I bought them from Temu. So and they still work. I wore them in the summertime, but I wore mostly my Crocs. I've been wearing my Crocs for the last couple of days as well. And now that it's actually cold, I have to wear I think my Uggs. So I wear my Uggs, and no, I did not buy those Uggs. There's no way I would be able to afford Uggs. They were a gift. I can't wear socks with them. That's how hot they are. So I wear my socks in the house and stuff like that. But anyway, my stomach is feeling A plus. A plus. Now, it's probably about a quarter to 5 right now. I'm going to check and see if I have some hot water. Hopefully, I have some hot water. But I'm going to get some aluminum foil and dump my pot into the aluminum foil. I don't want to, I can't eat too much acid in this bowl twice for the day. So I'm going to end up making me something else to eat later on. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Rebecca, thank you so much for my chips that I got yesterday. I said, what is this? I got the box. I said, what is this? And I love pretzels, so I'm going to calm my stomach down for a few days before I even attempt. But I did go to Aldi the other day, and I did get me a box of pretzels, and I laid in my bed and I ate those pretzels. Probably halfway killed me to eat those pretzels, don't know, but I did enjoy those pretzels. Thank you so much. And by the way, my daughter loves goldfish, so in my daughter's Christmas package will be some goldfish. Thank you so much. I love my YouTube channel. I love everyone on my channel. Have a wonderful day.